Welcome to Off the Cuff. Sometimes I forget, like I have to go on because I'm in the chat and I love reading, and now I'm like reading X, and I'm reading YouTube, and I'm reading Twitch, and I'm reading Rumble. Just so you guys know, before I begin, the reason I'm finding out that Rumble's having a lot of issues is because, like, during the day, we have very few issues. At night is when we have most of our issues. And I think it's because there are so many people on Rumble, they actually can't handle it. And I think that's what's going on. I don't know. They've got to upgrade their bandwidth. I don't know what exactly it is, but I think that's what's happening. So, because so many people got upset because they couldn't watch the show, and then they had to go back and they wanted to watch it later. And so this is what we did. We went back on YouTube. They seem to be a little more lenient. A couple things I can't say, but it's not a big deal. And so we're on Rumble, we're on YouTube, we're on Twitch, and we stream on X now. So if you guys are having a problem with one, you can go to the other. Somebody said there's so many people that are usually on, and there's only a couple. And I said that's because there's a lot of people watching from a lot of different places. So that's why I did it. So you guys will always have a place to jump on if one goes down. Okay. Also, where are you guys from? Like, not many people are putting where are you guys from? Just put a state or a city or something. I love to read that. You can't ever not do that. Oh, Irinzi said, good morning from New York. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. Oh, here we go. Carol Pullen, Massachusetts. We're in Massachusetts, my friend. Where? Kansas City, Missouri. Missouri, you better be coming to the Patrice Hatfield. You coming to the gathering on July 4th and 5th. It's in Columbia, Missouri. I'll tell you about that in a second. Jay Bez, I know you're from the Netherlands. Elton Tang, Malaysia, welcome. Washington State, Virginia, California, Texas. Castaic, California, another old stomping ground. New York, the shopping spot. Mountain View, is that Arkansas? I think that's Arkansas. Yeah. Alberta, Canada, Michigan. Oh, good. You're coming, Patrice. Columbia. Yes. Spokane, Washington. Emmett, Idaho. Riverside, California. Northern Worcester County. Ow. Okay, I grew up in Agawam. Dennis grew up in Enfield, Connecticut, and then ended up in West Springfield. Becky Elser, Southern Indiana. We used to live about 30 minutes north of Indiana for a couple of years, Indianapolis for a couple of years. Daytona, Michigan. Hi yourself. Norway. Wow. Inger Lise Jensen from Norway. Thank you for watching. Blessings from Las Vegas. I'm from Germany. Romano Luciano, Italian citizenship, and now living in Queens, New York. Romana Luciano, that should be my name. Charlene, well, this is an oldie but goodie, my friend. Okay, so I didn't get over to Rumble. Let me see what they got. Upstate New York, Montana, Iowa. Left California for Tennessee. Also lived there. We lived in Mount Juliet and then lived in Nashville. Thank you, Grandma's Knows Best. I love you too. Lived in West Springfield until I was 10 years old. Wow. Yeah, the home of the Big E, West Virginia Mountain Mama. Springfield, Mass. Originally, Chatham 7778. Wow. Okay, Central Oregon. All right, let me get going. I'll do this all day. You won't get a show. Couple of announcements, though. I told you about Rumble. Wanted to do that. Friday, off the cuff. You're not going to want to miss it. Pastor Dean Odell. I got lots of questions for him. I respect him highly. He's made a stand on many things, and the fact that that it's look, you have to have courage to do the things we do. A lot of people have a lot more courage than I do. I'm getting more though. I'm getting more. And so, he is going to be an incredible guest to have on. He's going to go into a lot of different things that is going to be very, very interesting. But my top, I'm so sorry. This is from last year, guys, on Joy and Country. If you go through some of the, clothes and put in like black and white shirt or black shirt, black top, you might find it. I don't think so, but you can give it a shot. But let me show you the things. First of all, I was just talking about with one of my friends from Missouri. We are doing a national gathering on July 4th and 5th. Now, let me just tell you this, guys. And I know I'm not pressuring anybody to go. Okay, you do have to hear from God. I get it, but I'm telling you, open your ears. This is going to be epic. It's going to be epic. It's July 4th and 5th. July 4th, there's going to be prayer from 7 to 9 on July 4th. And then at 9:30, we have ordered a private fireworks show for all the people that are in the gathering. We're going to be standing there together. We're going to take pictures. We're going to sing the Star Spangled Banner. It's going to be epic. The next day is the gathering. Now, I made a goof, a boo-boo, and Renee corrected me. So thank you, Renee, for always keeping me on the straight and narrow. They don't have a cafe for the next day, but there will be coffee. Okay. So you kind of have to find breakfast. It's not there. I thought they were going to have bagels and stuff, but they're not. So there will be coffee, but you just, there's a lot of places within 10 minutes in Columbia. This is on like over 100 acres of land. There's horses. It's just, I can't wait. It's going to be something you do not want to miss. And go to thegatheringmovement.org. Right up on top, National Gathering tickets. Get your tickets. They're free. They're free, guys. There's going to be, Dennis and I are in the process of editing some of the gatherings, and I'm going to show it. And I'm going to show a few times, a few different places. I don't think a lot of people understand what happens, but we're really excited about this one because this is our first national gathering. It's our 13th gathering, but it's our first national gathering. So we're, LJB 59. On that property is a place to park your RV. Most certainly. Renee, we got this through Renee, our illustrious moderator. And she showed us about this place. She's friends with the people there. And it is just going to be one of those gatherings. So hopefully we'll have a video for you. We're trying to put one together to show you a little bit of the place and stuff. So it'll be awesome. Also, if you are part of the chat in YouTube, part of the chat in Rumble, part of the chat in X or Twitch, you have to, I'll let you know where to send your real name and your chat name. And I'm going to sit all you guys together. So you're going to have a tag that says your real name and your chat name, and you guys can get to know each other, and it'll make it's just, we're all about community. And I think you guys know that. It's very, very important. See, Renee said there is an RV park and also a place for tents. You guys got to come. It's going to be amazing. Okay, let me go. So how do we do this? Okay, how are we able to not charge you, but fly all our team in from all over the country, put them up, feed them, pay for everything we have to pay for? How do we do that? One of the ways is joyandcountry.com. our daughter Jenna put this together for us when we did our first one, the end of 2021 at Trump National Golf Course in New York. So this is the Rose of Sharon. It's an ornate cross necklace. It's so funny. I wear this all the time. So when she said wear it because we got a shipment back in stock, they were out of stock. I had it on yesterday, so I didn't have to go hunt through all our stuff to find it. So I just picked it out of my jewelry box. I absolutely love it. It has a 4-inch extender, so we can go down to like here. Also, they are the matching earrings. That's an angel wing with a rose on the top. These are incredible. This stuff is stainless steel. It's not going to tarnish. It's not going to hurt you in any way. So we got those. This is the Rose of Sharon earrings and the Rose of Sharon cross necklace. That's in the description, or you can find them joyandcountry.com and in Delora's closet. So let me show you this. Look at this. I got to put it here. This is, Jenna said, to my daughter, you are my sunshine, acrylic plaque. Comes with this, or it comes battery operated. But this is, look at this, guys. Look. Or you hold it down and it changes colors all by itself. It's really amazing. And this is what it says. It says, to my daughter, never forget, I love you more than you'll ever know. Don't ever lose sight of the wonderful person you are. Never give up on the beautiful dreams you have. Believe in yourself as much as I believe in you. You are my sunshine. Love, Mom. Isn't that awesome? I absolutely love it. Anyway, in the description, you'll get, you'll go right to it, or it's in Delora's closet. Okay, this is what Jenna said. Don't forget, there's a tea for two this Friday night after Fab 4. She will be sending emails soon with links for where you can watch. Also, a lot of new items on the website, including new car chimes, Patriot clothing for Memorial Day and the 4th of July. Go to the new tab on the website to check it out. And as always, free U.S. shipping, always. And if it's your first time buying something, use the code WELCOME10 and you'll get 10% off. So let me tell you, if you've never been to a T42, you don't want to miss it. We give away some amazing things. We have an angel in our community that gives us some money, and we use that and some of our own, and we give you amazing giveaways. I mean, a lot of giveaways, but you can only win if you are on YouTube, Rumble, the Facebook, Joy and Country Facebook, the VIP group, and you're in the chat and you can answer the questions and win. So guys, get yourself set up. Telling you ahead of time, you got 2 days. So Friday night should be awesome. Okay. All right. Yeah, they're a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun. I mean, Jenna and I are just a couple of cornballs when we're together. Okay. This is going to be a very interesting off the cuff. My off the cuffs are kind of interesting. And this one I've never done anything on before. And I've learned a lot. I've done a lot of research. And I have a question for anyone in government who will answer it. And this is my question. Why are there places on Earth that we are not allowed to know about and not allowed to visit? Who gave them the right to hide these places from us? Who deemed it okay for them to know what is happening in different places all over the earth and in the United States? But it's not okay for us. After giving it some deep thought, I decided to do this show. Of course, it's just another layer of why we don't know what we don't know. I don't understand. Unless you are another species, okay, which God only knows the lands that we have not explored, there could be. But unless you're that, We were all born the same way. We all eat, we all sleep, we live, and many of us have families. Some of us adopt. We're all in the same thing together. Why are you allowed to know and we're not allowed to know? This bothers me a lot more than it did. Especially when I went down the road to some of these places. It's very important that we know. And I have to say, I think it's amazing what is happening with President Trump. I think it's amazing what his cabinet is doing. I mean, come on. It's amazing. But there are some foundational truths that need to be explored and they need to be disclosed. We need to know. Why don't we know? This is very important because most of what they hide is one of two things, and this is what I've realized. It's either because it's meant to enslave us or they're hiding God. I don't think there's anything other than those two. So I'm going to begin, and I want you to really listen to some of these things because it's a very important to clock it, understand, and if there are things on here that you think people should know that maybe would wake them up, share it. Share the video. Because things like this might be the glimpse that some people need to allow them to go down an even deeper exploration of the rabbit hole. Island in the Bay of Bengal. Now, this one is very interesting. It's called North Sentinel Island. It's the size of Manhattan. It's about 750 miles from the mainland of India in the Indian Ocean. Plantosaurus, yeah, if I'm frozen, this is why I'm also on YouTube. This is also why I'm on X. This is also why I'm on Twitch. That's the reason, because Rumble does that. There's people that are live right now, and there's so many that we're dealing with this. They don't have the capability like YouTube is. Anyway, this island, North Sentinel Island, is forbidden. You can't go there. Now, this is what is said, okay? No one's ever seen it. No one's ever taken pictures. No one's ever, nothing. But this is what they say. It's occupied by an isolated indigenous tribe who, we have been told, want no visitors from the outside world. And if you land there, like if you're fishing and you get shipwrecked on a reef or something and you go there to get help, they will immediately kill you. No questions asked. They're called the Sentinelese. So what's strange about all this? I'm sure there's, tribes out there on little islands that have never been explored. That's not interesting enough for me to say this is one of those places. But there's one little tidbit that you should know. The Indian Navy sails around Sentinel Island 24/7. The Indian Navy. No one is allowed to get within 5 nautical miles of the island. Why? 5 nautical miles? Why? So planes, this island is on no flight paths. So what are they going to do? Shoot an arrow up at an airplane? Why would the Indian government care so much? They really care. I'm sorry. Liberty Bell. Liberty Bell said, sorry, it struck me so funny. Liberty Bell said, let's ship Congress there. Oh my God. I'm sorry. Oh my God, I'm crying. That's the best. That's mic drop. I mean, that's it right there. Oh man. I'm sorry. um did look, why would the Indian government care so much? Really? Really? The government cares about maybe one person every 3 or 4 years that drifts off into Sentinel Island within five. Come on. Anyone who wants to try to reason that out, it needs some serious help. And what is amazing is when these people get killed, and they obviously know these people got killed, they are not prosecuted. So the Sentinelese people, you go there, you get killed, they don't get that. No one does anything to them. Something's up. So what are they hiding? What might be on that island? I don't know whether these people live there or not. What's going on? All right, so let's move on. I got a lot to cover. Do you ever want to go to Ethiopia? St. Mary of Zion Cathedral in Ethiopia. You cannot visit. Why? This is what they say. The Ark of the Covenant existed thousands of years ago, contained the 2 tablets of Moses, the 10 Commandments. The Ethiopian government says the Ark of the Covenant, the original Ark of the Covenant, is located in St. Mary of Zion Cathedral in Ethiopia. Only one monk is there to guard it day and night, and no one is allowed to see it. And you aren't even allowed to get close to this place. I don't know. Really? Okay, here's an interesting one. I know Grandma knows best. She said the Ark original in Ethiopia. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, so here's how about the Whites Club in the UK, United Kingdom? It is literally the oldest and most exclusive gentlemen's club in the world. And of course, only for the elite men. It's become famous for its betting book. And no one knows what they're betting on. But apparently, they have a betting book, and you can't see it unless you're a member. And they bet on different things, presidential races, different, political things, all kinds of political things. Men can only join if they are invited by a current sitting member and backed by 2 other long-standing members. So basically, only royalty and those who are incredibly wealthy or incredibly influential can get into this club. Here's one. Sure you heard of it. Club 33 Disney. Hidden in plain sight. You go to Disney World or Disneyland, and if you go around the back of, it's right near where I'm talking about Disney World now. It's in back of Frontierland area. And if you go in back of there and walk across the back, you're allowed to. There's a big fence there and it's all woods. You see a door. And it looks like it would be a door that garbage people would be at, except There's 2 security guards there, one on each side. That's Club 33, hidden in plain sight. Can't buy your way in. You have to be invited. And even then, those who want in usually wait years, with most passing before they even get in. Then it's been said that it's a club within a club. Since 2016, when people started waking up and asking, what was this club like? What is it for? Some that were there started spreading some information. They were maybe invited to a lunch or invited to a dinner, and they took a look around. Many, you can find them on Instagram, you can find them on TikTok, you can find them on Facebook. Some of these people, they report it's a nice restaurant, good service, and they had no idea why it was so exclusive. But do I even have to say what's going on? I mean, do I even have to say it? On TikTok and other social media platforms, something different happened last year, right after President Trump won the presidency for the 3rd time. One of the wait staff was working at a private VIP party. She did a whole thing on this. You can go check it out. I don't know if TikTok still has it on there because they're getting weird now, but she was working at a private VIP party in one of the private dining rooms. But it was strange. She didn't know why she was there because no one was eating and no one was drinking. All she said was they were sitting at the table, not even talking to each other, hands in their lap, and no one said anything. So what was happening in that VIP room? The wait staff was not allowed to talk, and there was 4 of them, and they had to stand in the 4 corners with their hands behind their back watching the group. They were only there in case there was an emergency or someone needed something. They were in silence, but in the middle of the table was a small black box. This went on for hours. Finally, one person at each table at the same time picked up the black box and left, and everybody smiled. No one said a word. They all got up and left the room. And when they were back in the lobby, they all were normal, talking and laughing. She also said that Club 33 is full of hidden details, passageways, and a hidden elevator. That night she saw, before she left, that behind one of the wine racks, it slid open a little bit, and she looked in from across the room. Now she saw it looked very old in there. The glass was dirty. The lights were like dim. And that was it. She said, I knew that it was an elevator. It looked like an elevator, but I'd never seen it before. One couple, again, you can find this information. You dig deep enough, you can find it, was thrown out, never to be able to return to Club 33. Why? Not sure why. The couple sued, I thought was interesting. The couple sued Disney, and they said that it probably had something to do with Tom Hanks, because Tom Hanks back then pretty much ran the place. And according to people who have worked there, on a website, now I didn't look it up, so I just got this before I came on. Traveler Door. Traveler, Traveler, Door, one word. I don't know if it's .com, but you can look it up. Many kids and whole families went missing at both the California and Orlando parks that were involved with Club 33. What an interesting name, considering Walt Disney, and this is just a public knowledge, was a 33rd degree Mason. And then he started Club 33. Pretty interesting. Here's the next one. Sursey Island in Iceland. It's pronounced Sursey, but it's spelled Surtsey. It's in Iceland. Apparently, this is the story. A volcano erupted in the 1960s, and poof, there was Sursey Island out of nowhere. It's apparently not much to even look at. It's just this like big mountain with not much greenery. It is the world headquarters on this volcano that was island that was created by a volcano in the 60s, and headquarters for UNESCO, which is United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organizations. Don't you love how they give all these things these names? It's amazing. What I find interesting about UNESCO is Russia has hardly any. And the ones that are in Russia are laboratories. They're real scientific laboratories. While Western Europe is covered with them, as well as Africa. They're everywhere. What is UNESCO known for amongst tribes throughout the world? Indigenous people, they depossess their land, they take it from them, and all of these tribes, UNESCO is behind, and this United Nations to help the world, is behind most of the tribes in Africa that are being depossessed of their land and left to starve and die. All over Africa. It's been decades. These people have been disenfranchised and dispossessed of the land that they owned and grew crops for generations. But let's go. That's UNESCO. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. Let's go back to Sursey Island in Iceland. This new volcanic island not only has the world headquarters for UNESCO, but sometimes they allow a scientist or two to study species on the island. No one else is permitted to go there. No one is permitted to land there. If you go, you will be shot. If you want to see the island, you could take a boat a mile out around it. You try to dock, you will not live to tell the story. They really take geological formations seriously, don't they? Next one, Mount Weather Emergency Operations Center, USA, located near Blue Mount, Virginia, completely off limits to the public. It's also nicknamed the Last Hope Facility, on the top of a mountain run by, drumroll, please, FEMA. And the center's purpose is highly classified. It's known to save those lucky few who would be needed in case of a nuclear war, which is not a nuclear war. In case of an atomic bomb, which we're discovering might not even be an atomic bomb. You can't even get miles away from it without being stopped. You try to go through, you will be shot. It's considered to be the most secret place in the world, even beyond Area 51. Next one, United States Bullion Depository, otherwise known as Fort Knox. It's located 30 miles southwest of Louisville, Kentucky. It's said to hold 4,582 tons of metric gold. Or so we think. Or so we've been told. Because we really don't know. Built in 1936, the vault sits on a massive 109,000 acres. And that's a U.S. Army post there as well. What is really there? So a vault, mind you, that's a lot of gold. 109,000 acres of land? How much gold is really there? Is there really gold there at all? Is it all top secret? for why. And you're not allowed to even get close enough to look at the building. Why? Okay, so here's the deal. A lot of us on here are Americans. We pay tax to the United States of America. We pay income tax. We pay state tax. We pay excise tax. We pay capital gains tax. We pay property tax. We pay food tax, sales tax. We pay taxes on everything. But you cannot go where the United States is supposed to be holding gold, which belongs to the people. You know what it's like? Think of this. Think of this. You buy a house. The bank gives you the deed to your house. Then they say to you, you say, okay, give me the keys. Oh, no, you're not allowed to go in the house. Wait, but I own the house. I pay for the house all the time. I work to pay. I pay so many taxes. Some people, half and more of their pay goes to taxes. I have the deed to the house. Give me the keys. No, you're not allowed. Not allowed for the key to the house. Amazing. You'll love this one. The Vatican Apostolic Archives in Vatican City. It's like a big old library. Many, 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 many floors beneath the ground level. That secret area has 52 miles of shelving. They have allowed a couple of historians here and there to access some of the books and contents, but most no one has ever seen. They're not allowed to physically enter the archive. No one's allowed to go in there but the pontiff, the Pope. They can submit a request for the document they need, and then maybe if it's approved, a copy of that document is provided to them. This is an area within an area, another area within this area that is completely off limits to you can't even access any information out of here except for the Pope. And when asked why, and this is what they say, this is the official answer. It is said to contain documents that are less than 75 years old and have diplomatic and government information that could destroy the world. Oh, great. Thanks. Incredible, guys. Bohemian Grove. Many of you have heard of it. It makes me wonder, Queen, the old group that still travels and with, what's his name? Adam something or other. They had a very a brilliant, musically brilliant song called Bohemian Rhapsody. Makes me wonder. You've heard of it. We've heard many horrible things about it, but let me break it down a little bit, okay, for you. It's in, all right, I got so much going through my brain. It's in Monterey, California. They have camps throughout the year, but in July is their big campground meeting. And a group of the world's most wealthiest and powerful and influential men, no women, gather at this 2,700-acre campground for a meeting. The meeting lasts 2 weeks in July. You can join this club, but you must be invited by one of its elite members. The club currently has about 2,500 members, but in July, even though it's the biggest one, There's only a couple hundred. I heard it's just over 100. They have 113 different campsites that are used throughout the year. Beautiful accommodations, apparently. And of course, the Owl Shrine, which they do all kinds of chants to during this time. It's been told by those that work there that as the event progresses, they all put on druid costumes and worship Moloch, which is historically, if you know anything about druids and Moloch and the whole thing, historically was a deity that was worshipped by the Canaanites and associated with child sacrifice. I spent a lot of time looking, and and the bohemianclub.org, which before President Trump was certified as president, you could go on there and it would say, ask if you can join. And, this is a club, and it had all the pictures of, beautiful grounds and all kinds of things. But now when you go on bohemianclub.org, there's nothing there except a login page for members and the owl logo that says, "Weaving spiders, come not here." That's a line from Shakespeare's Midsummer Night's Dream. And it basically means, don't come here if you cannot leave the world you know behind. Makes sense. But another platitude to get you to believe it's like an innocent summer camp for boys. So many have asked if it's still going on now. As of 2023, there was July 2023, there was a meeting. I can find no information on 2024 or if there will be one in 2025. If you go to Wikipedia, you can find a list of Bohemian members, but I find it very interesting that 99.9% of all the members are dead. And now we can tell you who was a member because they're no longer walking the earth. And lastly, before I take questions real quick, probably the most famous one, Area 51. We know it's a highly classified U.S. Air Force facility located in the Nevada desert. Aliens, no, not the way you think about them. Aliens, yes, the way I think about them. Meaning extraterrestrials, ETs, additional Earth people. Okay, so a lot of people, restaurants and stuff, have all these gray men heads and all this stuff. And so what is it used for, really? Its purpose for existing is highly classified. There have been a few whistleblowers. Those that work there board the Janet flights. That's what they're called. The passenger flights. They get on and they fly in. Some of them fly in every day. Some of them, they have to wear masks. They don't know where they're flying to. And then at night, it's a half hour, 45 minutes, wherever they park, and they fly back and they go home. That's their day. You leave Las Vegas, you get flown here. Apparently, when you start working here, there's hours upon hours of paperwork that you have to fill out before you can even begin to work. Yeah, Elton Tang, I see aliens as interdimensional demonic spirits. Absolutely. Or fallen angels from lands that we know not of. Yeah, Jabez, extra land creatures. Could be all of the above. So what is going on there? And again, remember what extraterrestrial really means. Bob Lazar, he's been around quite a few years. Apparently has not given away enough to get him unalived. Okay? Apparently, because he's still alive. So he worked at Los Alamos National Laboratory in New Mexico. And he also was working on reverse engineering of what we know as like that flying saucer shape vehicle. Okay, that we have been indoctrinated to believe that if it's a flying saucer and it's silver and it's round and it's got lights and it's flying, it comes from planets, another solar system, aliens that want a war of the worlds. They want to all kill us and eat us and all these things. So Bob started working there, and after some time, he realized he was not just doing normal work. Again, his name is Bob Lazar. Very interesting stuff. I don't agree with everything he says, but it gives you some insight. It's Lazar is his last name. He said the facility is on the side of a mountain. He went through a hangar door, okay, to get in. And when he went in, he saw the flying saucer, but it had an American flag on the door, which I find very interesting. He said he worked on technology that he didn't even know existed. Now, does that surprise me? No, considering I just found out about a health technology that I didn't know existed either. It's been around for the last couple of decades. And if we have that now, what else is being hidden? What is being hidden here? What is going on? What are they hiding? Why don't we know? So he said he's working on technology he never knew existed. Why are they hiding this technology from the American people? Why do they feel we can pay taxes and obey laws, yet we can't visit Area 51? We can't even walk near the fence of Area 51 and we'll be shot. What gives them the right to keep things from us? Are we like, that emoji that's like, that emoji? Are we like, do they think we're like that? I think they do. I think they think we can't handle anything. What are they really hiding? This Bob Lazar gave me a little bit of information, but what is it that Bob Lazar is not saying? I don't know. To me, I believe, and one of my next shows is going to be this. I believe Area 51 and Antarctica are very closely related. They're joined at the hip. And as I dig and get more and more information, I'll do an off the cuff on those. But for today, I had another 20 I could go into, and here it is. The hour is almost up. I could absolutely do another 20 on this topic, and maybe I will at some point. But this is a very interesting thing that there's so many, especially in the United States, and we do not know anything that is happening with these areas. Plantasaria says, I think the saucer shape is old and outdated. Yes, my friend, for us. Yes, not for those that are not awake. That if you say, if you think of people coming from a different area of a different universe, and you say to them, well, what will they be in? People will say a flying saucer. That's what they relate it to. So if you have any questions on topic, please, 3 question marks, no matter where you are, watching, listening, 3 question marks in the chat, and then the question. Yeah, Wanda Smith, like we are peons. Exactly correct. See, that's what they think of us. Do you think that, Queen Esther, the Ark of the Covenant was a technological weapon? I don't. I really don't. I think the Ark of the Covenant is exactly what it was, um, except I don't think it was a weapon, but I think the Ark itself did not have any, can I use the word magical properties? I think that when they tried to steady it and got killed, it was because they disobeyed God. God said, "Do not touch it." And then it ended up in Obed-Edom's household, and he was blessed. So I don't think it has any technological weapon. I think basically it was you obey God, you disobey God. This is what happens. Liberty Bell. I saw a recent clip from the guy from Shark Tank talking about having his blood cleansed and boosted. I think in SA. Did you see that? I did not. I did not. It's a lot. It's a lot for me right now. And I don't want to go down this road. I'm going to talk about it a little bit on Friday, Fab 4. A lot of you have been asking me, and if you ask me, I'll answer. But if you email me, but I don't want to turn it into like this thing. Because we're very boy, I'm saying a lot and saying nothing. We like to have the interaction with people we're having. Very important to us, guys. So I'm going to go off the cuff on off the cuff. It's very important for Dennis and I, and you know this about us. Yes, we need to raise money for the gatherings, and yes, we need to raise money for the impact centers, and we're doing that. But it's important when we're in the process of doing that we are touching people and we understand how people are feeling, and that's important to us. It's not just about getting money. So you know what I'm saying? And I know I'm saying a lot, but not to say a lot. But that's why we're careful about not just throwing this out there. And I will on Friday Fab 4. Dennis and I spoke about it. We're going to talk about this a little bit. Queen Esther, I almost made this a Q&A, but I just had too much. Wanda Smith on YouTube. Delora, do you think we will find out a lot truth by the end of the year? I do. Now, I wish I could say that was prophetic and God told me that. That's not how I'm saying that. I'm saying that, Wanda, because I'm seeing what is being done already. I can only imagine. I think there's going to be a lot of slicing and dicing by the end of the year. I mean, within Congress, within his advisors, within his cabinet, slicing and dicing. That's what I think. Cut. I think that's what's going to happen, but maybe not. Okay, let's see what else. Jabez, you think we could use some of the flying sausage flies of Mars and preach the gospel there? I mean, there might actually be live people on Mars instead of only creatures. Yeah, I believe a few people have said there is life on Mars, including Elon Musk said there's a city there. He sure and heck wasn't talking about the one they point to in the sky. So it's very interesting. Okay, let me go back over to, do you think the 400 million plane the Middle East gave to President Trump could be a weapon to take him down? No, I don't. I believe it's a peace offering. I believe President Trump had a lot on a lot of people. And they gave him, see, you give him things, it makes them like, okay, I get it. Okay, so you want to play nice. It's interesting. Okay, let's see. Yes, Mom Taz, Kim Clement prophecy about Hypnotic. I remember Hypnotic November and December. Yeah, I know that one well. West Virginia Mountain Mama, I believe Mars is in outer Earth. It very well could be. Absolutely. Yeah, President Trump is making America proud again. Definitely. Okay. It's the shopping spot. It seems as though Ron Wyatt found the Ark of the Covenant. Have you looked into this discovery? Slightly. I don't know a lot about it. It wasn't something that intrigued me enough to go into it. Jan Van Loo, did you see the walls of skulls on Trump's gifted plane? I have not. Now, here's my concern about that. I will go check it out, though, Jan. Absolutely. That could be a plain wall, and people. I could do that. You give me a picture of him sitting in his new plane with plain wall behind him, and I'll insert skulls. You can do anything today. You could do anything, and I'm not that great a graphic artist, and I could do that. So anyway, that's it for today, guys. Let me go over, please, if you're interested, and I'm going to say it again, July 4th and 5th. Stay on. Don't get off now because I'm doing this. Please stay on. People get off. They're like, okay, she's done. You never know what could happen right at the end. I'm planning on doing something amazing right at the end from now on. So people will stay on. Anyway, July 4th and 5th, the National Gathering, Columbia, Missouri. Go to thegatheringmovement.org. And it says National Gathering, and get your tickets there. And you don't want to miss it. You really don't. In one of the ways we do help this along is Jenna put up a website, and see, this is one of the ways that allows us to do this. Look at this. Look at this cross. It's called Rose of Sharon. It's stainless steel. It's absolutely beautiful. And then the earrings to match. It's the wing with the rose of called Rose of Sharon earrings. And then Jenna, she had me show this. I never showed this before. This is, it's called To My Daughter. Here, let me put it here. Okay. And look what it does. Hold on. Look at this. Changes any color you want. From purple, pink, anything you want, it'll change. And it says, so you know, it comes on this little wooden block, comes in a beautiful box. It says, to my daughter, never forget that I love you more than you'll ever know. Don't ever lose sight of the wonderful person you are. Never give up on the beautiful dreams you have. Believe in yourself as much as I believe in you. You are my sunshine. Love, Mom. It comes with a cord, and it comes battery operated as well. So this is what she said. Go into the descriptions below on all of this stuff. And also, if you go on joyandcountry.com, go in Delora's Closet. That's moi. You will find all this stuff. The new tab you'll find. We're doing a tea for two on Friday at 7:30 right after Fab 4. Guys, listen to me. People get upset with me after and says I didn't let them know in time. So I'm letting you know in time. There's going to be some incredible giveaways on the show live. You must be in the YouTube chat or the Rumble chat. So set yourself up, create a channel, get yourself a name, and get in there, because we ask questions, people answer, and we give like amazing things away. So that's Jenna said she's going to send out a to everyone that is, if you haven't signed up to us, go to thegatheringmovement.org and subscribe, and you will get an email with all the places you can watch and you can chat. There's also a lot of new items on the website. She said patriotic clothing for Memorial Day and July 4th, jewelry. Go to the new tab. And she said free U.S. shipping always. You don't get charged for shipping. And with Welcome 10, you get 10% off your whole order if you decide to, and I have a feeling YouTube just took me down. It's flashing. Is anybody still on YouTube? Oh boy. Is YouTube live? Okay, it's back. I don't know why they took me down. Guys, are you still on YouTube? No, you're still here. Okay, great. Awesome. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Thanks. I will see you Friday with Pastor Dean Odell. I'm very excited. Friday off the cuff at noon. You don't want to miss that. I'm going to ask him some really interesting questions. Love you all. Thank you all on YouTube, on X, on Twitch, and on Rumble. Remember always, guys, until I see you on Friday, go in the power of God. Big smooches. Bye.